Managing your emotions during a divorce process. Introduction. Divorce is challenging for everyone involved, so try not to be too hard on yourself if you're feeling upset or confused. The emotions surrounding divorce can overwhelm even the strongest people, and that's okay. Taking time for yourself and your feelings during this difficult time is essential. You may feel guilty. You might think that the divorce is your fault, and that if only you had done something differently, your marriage would not have ended in divorce. You may feel guilty about not being able to do more to save your marriage or help your spouse through this challenging time of transition. You may cry a lot. You may feel like you've lost a friend, part of yourself, or even the family you once thought would be there for you forever. It's normal to grieve when something ends, and for many people in this situation, divorce represents the end of their marriage and all its future possibilities. It can be hard not only because it means saying goodbye to someone influential in your life, but also because it feels like losing an identity to who am I now? You might feel angry at your spouse, family, or friend. You may be angry at your spouse for leaving or at yourself for not being able to fix the marriage. You might feel like you're being blamed and want to defend yourself, but it's important to remember that this is a normal reaction during a divorce. If you are angry with someone else, a family member or friend who hasn't been supportive enough, it could help to talk through your feelings about them with someone who has been there for you in other ways. Anger can only hurt you if it gets out of control. Otherwise, it will pass eventually on its own accord. It's normal to feel depressed before and during the process of divorce. Depression is a common reaction when you try to force a marriage to work that isn't working, but it's not normal. And when being depressed becomes your new standard in life, that only sinks you deeper into depression and maybe even anxiety. Sometimes it takes hard decisions to get out of a depressed state. Depression can also be treated with therapy, medication, and exercise. You may feel depressed because you're grieving the loss of your marriage and all its security, stability, and perceived social benefits. You might experience anxiety about making decisions about raising children, dividing assets, and more. You might experience anxiety about making decisions about raising children, dividing assets, and more. If this is the case for you, it's important to remember that there's no right or wrong way to handle these situations. You can seek help from a divorce, mental wealth coach, attorney, or both if you need guidance with any aspect of your divorce process. If you feel overwhelmed by the emotions associated with your divorce, try taking time away from any intense conversations or tasks. Taking steps towards self-care by getting enough sleep at night and eating well throughout each day. These things will help keep your mind clear so that when it comes time for meaningful conversations with your spouse or lawyer, they won't be clouded by anxiety, fear, or other negative feelings. Time to permit yourself to grieve. Grieving is a normal response to loss. It's essential to allow yourself time to grieve, but you may feel guilty about grieving because you think it will interfere with your ability to move forward. However, it's unnecessary for you to let your grief take over your life or prevent you from moving on. You may feel angry and resentful toward the other person during this process, and that's okay. You should express these feelings if they come up for you so that they don't fester inside of you and cause problems down the road, such as post-divorce depression. Divorce is challenging for everyone involved, so try not to be too hard on yourself if you're feeling upset or confused. You may feel guilty, angry, or depressed. You may not be able to make decisions about your future. You might be grieving the loss of your marriage and wondering if you can ever love again. It's normal to feel confused about what's happening in your life, especially if this is a difficult time for you and others close to you, like your children. In conclusion, you're not alone. Divorce is challenging for everyone involved, so try not to be too hard on yourself if you're feeling upset or confused. It's essential that you take care of your mental and physical health during this time to make decisions that are best for your family and yourself. The attorneys and staff at the Fleming-Bruce law firm are sensitive to your emotions during the divorce proceedings and are here to walk you through the process and help you make the best decisions possible. To contact their office, please call 281-469-9090. We look forward to hearing from you.